on the satellite? Give me a sec, I'm gonna tune in. Sir, I'm having a little interference. I'm checking it out right now. Hold on. I think we found him. Here we go.
You are listening to Wide Range Media Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Wide Range Media Webcast. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and this is episode 81. And my co-hosts are...
I'm Pablo.
And this is Ralph Perez. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm glad.
All right, so let's get into discussions at the movies.
This week on Discussions at the Movies.
All right, so this weekend discussion at the movies, Disney just released the first poster to Aladdin. It's kind of a teaser poster. I don't think it's like a poster, but it was like a teaser poster.
Oh, okay.
Of Aladdin. I think Will Smith is the one that brought out the photo. But yeah, Pablo, what do you who brought out this source of poster?
Actually, I don't know.
Oh.
I just saw it online. It started trending earlier today. And the poster, again, it's very generic. It doesn't give you anything, doesn't give anything away. But I'm just really excited about this movie. I've been talking about it for a while now. For those who've been listening to the podcast, know that I'm a big fan of this. I don't want to call it reboot, but just going from a cartoon movie into a live action movie. This one, I really want to see on the big screen. I want to see a live action version of this movie. I can't wait to hear these songs again. This is one of my favorite Disney movies in terms of Disney like cartoon movies. And I just can't wait to see this. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so the poster was released by Will Smith because he's playing the genie. And he goes, he hopes everyone can... He wants to see everyone see him in blue. So I was like, okay, whatever. But the poster is just a genie lamp, typical genie lamp, and it's all shiny with the smoke coming out. And it says Disney may choose wisely. I guess they're using the Indiana Jones Last Crusade line. But yeah, in terms of this movie, I'm the only one out of all four of us. Like, I don't care for it. I do love Aladdin. I saw it not this week, but a few weeks ago. I saw it with the kids, and they liked it. But I could give two craps that they do a live action with Will Smith or whatever. But because we know the songs are all going to get rewritten, they're not going to be the same as the cartoon version.
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not?
What do you mean by rewritten?
Rewritten, like it's going to be a newer version of those songs.
Oh, it's going to be re-recorded.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be there's not going to be different songs.
No, not different songs. It's going to be the same song, but different style of it. Yeah, so like you never had a friend like me. It's not going to sound exactly like that one because it's Will Smith. So most likely he's rapping. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
All right, because he did Men in Black, and that was rapping.
Yeah, but that's different. This is a reboot of the source material is already there.
Yeah, but Will Smith is not a singer. You never heard him sing.
Neither is Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah, but he sounded pretty good even when he did Ramon in Happy Feet. Like he sang Spanish songs,
well,
and
we
sounded
don't know how well Will Smith will sound, and then with all the pitch correction auto-tune that goes around now.
All right, I'm just saying. I could see that song being a little hip hopped up. Now you never had a friend like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They Aladdin to the left, y'all, and Aladdin to the right. No, but I'm just saying is I don't know. I'm not looking forward to this live action thing. I didn't see Beauty and the Beast, so I don't care for it. Ralph, what do you think of?
Well, I saw the poster and it's very vague. You know, it's the lamp. If you see it, you just see the lamp. It's a pretty lamp, but it's a lamp. But I'm starting to see a pattern here, and it worries me a little bit because, you know, they're starting to take these Disney classics that were cartoons, and they're turning them into live action versions of what they already made. And my question is, Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel?
Profits.
I think
I mean, it
I
comes down to.
but don't God, they have so much money already.
But
You got to
come on,
rake in more
they
dough.
want to
Give me
make more
dough.
money.
Give me more money, right?
I mean, the bottom
And
line, Ralph, is why they make movies is really to make a profit. If the movies are not profitable, they're not going to make money.
well,
And
then
Disney
maybe
found a
they.
way to make money. Just look at Beauty and the Beast. It made outrageous amount of money.
Well, I guess it kind of like satisfies the curiosity of I wonder how this movie would have been like had they put real people in it. Am I right?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, if they're gonna go down that road and go, oh, let's take because they already said Lady and the Tramp is on the works. They're already confirming that Lady Gaga is up for Ursula for Little Mermaid. So
that's not.
it's just that they just said it hypothetically that's who they're thinking of getting for Ursula. Now, if they do, huh?
Wait,
They said in the screenwriter. It was like today. That was like the #1 trending thing. I mean, if you want to pull it up, I'll pull it up. But it says Lady Gaga
I was
Ursula.
watching the YouTube video, and one person said, "Wouldn't it be great if she would play Ursula?" That's all I heard.
No,
So,
it was all over everywhere that they looking at Lady Gaga for Ursula. I mean, she could sing, so it's not like she can't.
Oh, I have to admit though, I mean, Lady Gaga. First of all, with the release of A Star Is Born this past weekend and the incredible reviews that it has received, the preview alone moved me. I can imagine how the movie is going to be when I see it. For her to be the bad witch, sea witch, Ursula, and it's almost kind of like an undermining of what she can really her potential. Like, I think she has, first of all, a powerhouse voice and incredible acting ability. So,
yeah, you're right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but look, they have her. It's all over here. I just put Lady Gaga Ursula, and it's all over the place. Screen Rant has it. The Nerdist has it. Mary Sue has it. It's already on the Twitter. I'm just saying. On the Twitters is there. But I'm just saying.
On the Twitters.
I'm just saying is Disney is already preparing more of these live action movies. Like it or not, I mean, again,
they'll continue to do it until they start making money.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with all these reboots. It's not even about this because they could reboot, like I said, they could reboot all these movies, Back to the Future and all this. People are still going to go see it. And if it's successful, they continue watching it.
Yeah, might not be the answer that we want to hear, but the bottom line is as long as it makes money, Hollywood and Disney and everyone's going to keep pumping these things out. But at least, my takeaway is, okay, I know they're doing this. Maybe I don't want them to do it, but they're doing it. But at least they're putting some thought into it and they're trying to do it well. With Beauty and the Beast, I think Beauty and the Beast, for the most part, they got it right and they did it well. And it was nice to see a live action version of the cartoon movie and with the updated music. And what I mean by updated music, just the re-recordings with them singing, but essentially it's the same song. And it was nice. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of these live action versions of their classic movies. That's it.
But I'm saying that's a waste of time. I mean, okay, so they did CGI Beast, I guess, and then she was live action and everyone else was live action. I bet that's what they all did. But I'm saying this is just a waste of time of 2 hours because if that's the case, why didn't they just release Halloween Reboot and just redid the 1978 version because they could do it and have Jamie.
If the original Halloween was a cartoon, then
no, I'm just talking about another
reboot. But you're saying reboot. They did that with Psycho. They rebooted Psycho and they
Perfect
did
example.
That was horrible.
Yeah, but the cartoon version was same the frame as the movie version.
What cartoon?
The Beauty and the Beast cartoon and the live action was frame by frame.
People want to see a live action version of cartoons. I can see the difference there.
No, but the only difference is that I think Psycho didn't work because they took Alfred Hitchcock's work. That's the problem. People comparing the Alfred Hitchcock behind the camera, and that didn't work. And then Vince Vaughn wasn't even a good Anthony Perkins. If they would have had a good actor, maybe like Christian Bale or something, I think it would. You needed a good leading role, and I don't think he was a good leading role to carry Psycho. But again, we'll see. Because talking about reboots, we're just gonna get right into the next one. Pet Sematary came out today. And then the trailer dropped today.
Yes.
The trailer you're talking about, not the movie. The trailer.
That trailer, yeah, the trailer came out. Pet Sematary came out. Reboot.
Wow.
The first reaction that I got was Poltergeist all over again.
What?
It was the same.
You can't compare those two.
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying the same feel. The same thing as Amityville Horror Reboot. It was the same type of feel. Yeah, it was the same feel. I didn't go, oh, I want to go see this the day it came out. It was just like, it's another attempt on another reboot, which I still love the first one. I think the first one was amazing. But go ahead, Pablo. What do you think when you saw Pet Sematary, the trailer?
Well, here's the thing with Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is the first Stephen King book I read.
Okay.
So that book and that story has a special place. It was the very first, and I read that when I was in 7th grade, so you can imagine. Okay, it scared the crap out of me, and I fell in love with Stephen King, and after that, I just started reading all his other stuff. And Pet Sematary, the movie version, is one of the few movies that I think got it right. It was actually really good. A lot of Stephen King movies are not good.
No.
But Pet Sematary was. I really enjoyed the movie version. I mean, they changed some things around from the book, but overall, I enjoyed it. So I was skeptical about a reboot of this movie, because horror movie. See, when you're rebooting movies because the technology is better, for the most part. But horror movies, old horror movies, they pretty much hold up because it's just a lot of practical effects. It's really not, the technology hasn't really changed as much.
Right.
So I was skeptical. I saw the trailer, and to be honest, the reaction I got from the trailer was, yeah. Nothing like, oh my God, nothing stood out. It was, okay, cool. That's it. That was my reaction.
Yeah, the same thing I got. I was like, nothing. Ralph, what you got?
Yeah, well, I have to deviate away from your opinion about it because I was actually intrigued by the trailer. When I first saw the first film, I was it was in the late 80s, right, or something. Am I right? I was in college, I think, and or in high school, and it was traumatizing to watch, because you see the little baby boy get run over. I mean, things happen. And
you spoiled it already.
Yeah, spoiled it because it's a 30-year-old movie.
Yes, but they're rebooting it, so they're gonna show it again.
Go ahead, play.
Oh my God Almighty!
Yeah, now you're gonna get exactly what you deserve in front of everybody live. See what happens? That's what you're gonna get.
So when I saw this trailer, I liked it. I like the way, if you look at the trailer, you see the cat because the big symbol of the original film was the cat, right? So when you saw the cat, it was like, "Wee," and then you see a cat here too, and I was like, "Well, that's different," and it's creepy too. So I like the creepiness of it. I like the idea of it. I think I don't know how accurate to the book they're gonna stay with it. I think besides Stephen King's It, they haven't gone this far as to doing a remake like this. I think there've been a couple other ones that Stephen King made, but I'm intrigued and I want to see it. I actually want to see the movie. I want to see what they did with this film. How it like measures up to today's standards.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of it, it was just in another ballpark. It was newer, like fresh for everybody. Like especially if you've never seen the miniseries version of it. I know I didn't see it with Tim Curry, that version. I saw the newer version of it. So Pet Sematary, I think is just, for me, it was very different because it's one of the big movies from the 80s for Stephen King. Especially Pet Sematary, because it has that Ramon song, right? I don't want to be buried in a Pet Sematary. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Like Pablo said, I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like I could pass. But next on the list is Suicide Squad 2. Now this is breaking news because James Gunn is directing and supposedly writing. We don't know, they're not confirming yet writing, but directing, they did confirm he's directing.
They confirm he's directing? I thought it was the other way around. He's in talks to write and possibly direct.
One or the other. I think that one could be right.
I think he's writing it, and I don't think they confirmed that he's directing yet.
But what's amazing, what bugs me out is that he's like jumping from Marvel to DC.
Well, he got fired.
Why did he get fired?
Go ahead, Pablo. Tell him why.
I want to hear it. This thing? Apparently, years ago, he put out some tweets that were just, let's just say, offensive and questionable as far as some of the things that he said. So, and Disney didn't like that, and they fired him.
And this was years ago.
Yeah, he wrote these tweets a long time ago.
How come they didn't say anything when he was making Guardians of the Galaxy?
I guess someone found them, and dug them up, and posted them.
Yes, a fan went back in his archive and whipped it out, and then put it up, and then they just fired him.
I think that again, this is this is just my opinion. It's just another overall extremism of. And I'm not trying to doubt. I love the Me Too movement. I love the fact that people are.
It has nothing to do with that.
Okay,
no.
That's why I would maybe go ahead and read up on it and
first.
I'm going to read up on it because I think that we live in a world where everybody's offended by everything, and you got to be careful. Now, some places in some areas you have to discern that and be like, yeah, it is, and then you got to read other things. Where. Well, how far is too far?
Well, he talks about pedophilia.
Yeah, and something about hanging and all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I said go back and just kind of read, and then before you, because it's
okay.
Well, anyway, so Disney fired him.
Never mind.
Disney fired him, and then the whole cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy united, and then Batista's the spearheaded all this stuff, and still to this day. Ripping on Disney, and that's why Disney put the project on hold, but they're using his script. So again, I don't know what's gonna happen in Avengers 4, but 2 out of 10, I bet half of the Guardians of the Galaxy ain't coming back.
Speaking of Avengers 4, didn't I read something about a tweet that this guy did? The guy who plays Captain America, what's his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. That which was an indicator that he's done.
No. They all started finishing their reshoots and stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, so what happened is DC now hired. I just read it quick when Pablo's right. They hired him to write Suicide Squad 2, which is a reboot. They already said they were redoing it again. But possible directing. I want him to direct because I think he will work. With Suicide for some reason. I think he would work. The reboot thing, they need to reboot. And I hope they don't bring back nobody except Harley Quinn. I'm cool with that. I don't like Will Smith as Deadshot. I hated the witch lady that danced almost the whole movie. And then she got killed. I'm not with that. Amanda Waller, they should keep her because she was amazing. The lady that played Amanda Waller. But other than that, they just scrap the whole thing, throw it out, let him take the helm on this project. Now, Dave Bautista came out and said that he wants to now be in Suicide Squad 2 if James Gunn is doing it.
Really?
Now, who could play? Now he could be good as Killer Croc because he's huge.
Yeah.
So you can have him as Killer Croc. You can have him as Bane. You can have him as Mr. Freeze. I mean, you could do so much now with Batista.
Schwarzenegger? You don't want Schwarzenegger?
No, not that version. The chill. Everyone chill. Oh my God, that was like the worst. Oh.
Then at the end, he's like, "I'm going to make your life living hell."
Yeah.
To
that was
Poison Ivy in the prison.
Yeah. Oh, remember when he froze Robin, and he's like, "What you going to do, boy blunder?" I was like, the dude is frozen. I was like, what? I was like, that was a horrible movie. But anyway, James Gunn, I'm on board on it, man. If it could turn DC to the right direction, in the universe, I'm on board with it.
Let's see what happens then.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see with that. Next on the list is the first look of Ruby Rose in the Batwoman costume, and for CW. They just revealed it yesterday. Yeah, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before. They revealed her. And the first time she's gonna appear is in the Arrowverse. And when I say Arrowverse, is basically the crossover between Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and the Legends of Tomorrow. They always do these crossovers. So now he's going to Gotham City, and I was like, oh man. But again, we're not getting Batman, so it's like, who cares? But yeah, she looks decent, but I just don't like the costume. I feel like it's very Batman Beyond. The costume, it's not the real Batwoman costume. She isn't wearing a lot of red, and that wing, that little, well, I don't even want to call it. Was it a cape? That cape doesn't look good. I don't know. It looks weird. What do you guys thought when you saw the suit?
Yeah, it looks okay.
It looks fine. I mean, I don't think it's like the greatest suit, but it seemed okay to me.
I like the backdrop. I like how they did that, so it doesn't look like a cosplay thing. It looks more that she's part of Gotham City. So whoever did the first look,
yeah,
they did a good job by adding that, because if it would have just been like her alone, remember when the Wonder Woman TV series that was supposed to come out like years ago?
Oh yes, I remember that.
They revealed the first one, and then the internet just went nuts, and they blasted it because it looked like a cosplay. It looked terrible, and eventually the series never took off. They canceled it. They actually leaked the pilot online.
Yeah,
but this one looks okay.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see the first footage of how she portrays Batwoman. Like how she, like, I don't care what she looks like in the suit. I mean, the suit could be a piece of crap. I just want to see how she is in front of everybody, like how the chemistry, because the chemistry is there between Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow. That chemistry was, I mean, it's amazing when they all together. It's just that now what, because she's getting her own show. They already said, CW already said she's getting a Batwoman show, a spin-off, which I'm still angry because we don't even get a Batman show. Gotham, but that's ending soon. Let's get into what we've been watching.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I shot it 6 times.
What have we been watching?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. The power of Christ compels me.
I'd like to have a calm discussion on this topic. Think we can manage that?
So this part of the show, we're gonna just discuss what we've been watching. So the guys saw some TV shows, same premiere show. So I'll just go quick what I watched, because that's gonna take a kind of bulk of the show. So I saw The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, 1964. It's basically the original I Am Legend with Will Smith. It was good. It was good for its time. I'm not gonna tell you the ending, because the ending is pretty cool, but it's a pretty I'm not gonna Ralph you guys. I'm not gonna give you the Ralph
the movie's 50 years old, so you know.
Not many people saw that one, and I bet not many people knew that movie was the first I Am Legend movie. But yeah, it was a good movie. It had a solid story. Vincent Price carried the movie. Of course, it had the vampires in it, but in the I Am Legend version, it was like CGI, weird zombie, weird vampire thing that I was like, this is crap.
Is it more based on the book? The book is amazing.
I didn't read the book, but maybe. See, that the only person that could answer that question for us is Silvio. He's the encyclopedia of all this. And by the way, he's in Florida, so right now he's not with us right now. So he'll be with us next week.
He'll be all right, and storm brewing out there,
Yeah, so storm knocked some stuff out. But so he's our encyclopedia. So maybe when he comes on, maybe he could talk about that if The Last Man on Earth does get closer to the book than I Am Legend. Other than that, I saw Exorcism of Emily Rose,
Oh,
the 2005 version.
I want to hear this.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool movie. I liked that it was a very lawyer, like in the courtroom setting.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was pretty cool for a horror movie. We enjoyed watching that. I really enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen it, it's called The Exorcism of Emily Rose, 2005.
You know what's amazing about that movie? It's actually, as many of these films regarding demonic possession is concerned, it's actually based on true events. It involved a girl from Germany named Anneliese Mitchell, who went through kind of pretty much more or less the same kind of stuff you saw in this movie. And just like in this movie, it became a court issue that involved the priest and everything that you were talking about just now in your description of it. All the elements that you saw in that film happened actually, and this happened in 1970, in the early 70s, early 1970s. These events took place where Anneliese Mitchell underwent the same kind of thing, if I could say it like that, and the priest and family involved kind of went through the same kind of thing as you see in The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It's an amazing story, and if you look up on YouTube here, if you type in Anneliese Mitchell exorcism, there's an actual audio tape of the actual exorcism. You hear her, and it's creepy as hell, and because it's real, it's real. So if you hear it, you're gonna be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It makes you think. Well, was it real? Was it not real? The movie depicts that. The movie depicts the idea, both the movie and the real life situation. Makes you question all of it. It makes you question, well, was this a genuine case of demonic possession, or was the girl just sick? And that's what the movie addresses. And the events of the early 1970s with the actual case also addresses that.
Yeah. Pablo, have you seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay. The only thing was missing was Tom Cruise. You can't handle the truth, or Jack Nicholson. That's all that was missing. You can't handle the truth. But yeah, it was a good movie. Also, I went to see Slash live with Miles Kennedy, I believe, and the Conspirators.
Yes. Oh, nice. How was that?
It was a great show. It was in a small venue called the Wilmot Theater in New Jersey. It's like 10 or 20 minutes away from my house. So we just drove there, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And it's weird because, like, you normally see someone like Slash in a big arena, like Madison Square Garden, Presidential Center. But, walking to the venue, you see 2 tour buses. And I'm like, oh, wow, there's 2 bands. So you kind of figure his tour bus is right there. His bus was the one that was, like, right next to the alleyway. So if, like, I wanted to meet him, I could have just waited outside. And he comes out and goes right through the alley, right into the theater. But other than that, I mean, the concert was great. I mean, there's nothing you can say. I mean, the guy soloed for, I think, 2 hours. They played Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. They played their new album, and then they played all their older stuff.
Did they do any Velvet Revolver?
Honestly, I wanted to see them play Velvet Revolver, but they didn't play Velvet Revolver. They played one Guns N' Roses song, and then Slash during the middle. Slash went into like a 20-minute solo, and then they ended it. Yeah, I don't know how he doesn't cramp up because I
don't know either, man. He knows how to do that.
Yeah, but other than that, the concert was amazing. It was just a cool environment. I never been to like a small thing like that, so it was cool. Good sound. Other than that, that was pretty much it that I saw and went out to see. Venom, I will see this week, so I'll have a Venom review for you next week on the show live. So go ahead, guys. You guys saw Walking Dead season 9, episode 1. So what do you guys thought of it? Either one. Go ahead,
Pablo. You wanna kick this off?
We already know what Pablo's gonna say, but go ahead.
All right,
Pablo.
You know how I feel about Walking Dead.
Yep.
Oh boy, here we go.
I know they got a new showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they pretty much jump ahead. They finished, or they completed the story arc with Negan. and they're moving forward. So I was hopeful. And let me say that the the first half or the first part of the season premiere was promising. It showed how they were able to adapt to the zombie apocalypse, which we really never seen before. They
Okay.
never really adapted to it. They always moved from place to place. When they tried to settle down, something happened, which they were forced to move out somewhere else. But here we get to see that they're actually starting again. They're starting a community. They're starting some sort of you can say government. Like they're starting over again. I
A
mean, they even
charter.
mentioned there's a part that they mentioned the Constitution. There's a scene where Michonne is in the museum and she kind of looks up at the I think she sees the part of the Constitution or something that one of the forefathers said, like a quote.
Yeah.
So they tried. So that's what they're trying to do. And I found that interesting and fascinating how they were able to work with the other communities and how they have this system and even how they started that they were raiding the museum. They were taking like artifacts or things that they use when
Back in the 1800s.
yeah, when the country was first starting out, how they were doing, and they were taking. At first, I was like, "Why are they in the museum? Why are they raiding the museum?" And then they started taking things that. So that was interesting. I found that
It
fascinating.
was. And Anne, formerly the garbage woman, knew of some cool stuff there that they
Yeah.
can use to
Mhm.
help grow food and stuff. So it
Because
was,
she was a teacher, and I think she used to take her class
yeah.
to trips to the museum. So I that was all fascinating to me. I really enjoy that. But then midway through the episode, I felt like things started to fall back to the old ways again.
Oh, because of the whole Gregory thing.
Yeah, that and then the ending. It was Here's the problem with Walking Dead. Walking Dead does not know what their characters do. When you establish a character, you pretty much know what their characters do, like what their motivations are, what
Oh, their
their
morale.
principles are, their morale, exactly.
Mhm.
And then they go and they do something that you say, wait a minute, the character they just spent all this time presenting to us wouldn't do something like that. And then here we have a major character who goes out and does something out of character. And I'm like, no. And I don't want to spoil it for those that didn't see it. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the last few minutes. I'm like, no. This I don't know. And that just brought the whole thing down. And then afterwards, when I found out that Greg Nicotero directed the episode, I was like, oh, here we go
That did
again.
it for you.
It did it for me. So my review, there were some promising things,
And
but to
then
be honest,
then the balloon got deflated.
yeah, after Rick is gone, so am I. I'm done with the show.
Well, the show, I mean, before Ralph does this thing, the show was the lowest rating show, I think, in the history of the show.
Yes.
The lowest premiere.
Yeah.
The lowest premiere, right?
Lowest premiere.
Lowest rating.
Yeah. So that indicates that the show is already done.
Well, here's the thing, Alex. It was the lowest,
Mhm.
but it still had a third of the view of its views. I forget the numbers, but they put in a way that even though it was the lowest, the numbers that they're still pulling, like it's ridiculous in terms of comparing it to what else was on at that night, and it's still doing like much better than some of AMC's other shows that were big hits, like Better Call Saul, even Breaking Bad, Mad Men, like those shows that's supposed to be AMC's like flagship shows. Walking Dead numbers is still like beating them like crazy. So it's the lowest to itself, but compared to what else was on that night, it's still doing well. So I can see why they're gonna milk this thing until they're done.
All right, Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph. Okay.
That's you.
Yeah, I know.
That Ralph.
As I've told you in the past, and as I'm telling everybody out there that's listening to this, The Walking Dead is to date, till now, even till now, my favorite show of all time. I love it. I have
All
not
time.
given up on it. I do find myself being, I found myself disappointed in quite a few things. Last season's untimely deaths were bad decisions on behalf of the writing. With this new show, I mean, the title of this episode was called A New Beginning. And I think they're trying to really hone in on that. I think the issue is really centered on, since we know that Andrew Lincoln is leaving the show after the 5th or 6th episode. I'm not sure which one. There's this conflict, obviously, that's starting to form in the show itself. We see it, and I think the idea is maybe Rick doesn't know what he wants to do next. And I think that's where the thing goes in question. It sounds to me like he wants to fulfill Carl's dying wish, which was to live in a better world. And I think he's getting to the point that he is so wanting to do that for his son that he's forgetting about everything else. And, to the point that it's compromising the integrity of the communities. And I think we're going to see that flesh out in the midst of this season. And we're going to see what happens eventually. How Rick leaves, we still don't know. Is he going to die? Is he going to just go away somewhere?
I don't think so.
You think he's going to die, Pablo?
AMC is going to hold that card.
Yes, because if their ratings keep dropping,
Guess who's coming back?
Yeah.
Well, that's a trick. I mean, what if he does die? What are you going to say?
Then the show's over.
No.
Show's over.
Hey, that's
Walking Dead.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty much you could just write off the show because no one will watch the show no more. Regardless,
I'm gonna make a prediction. If Rick dies, they're gonna lose half their viewerships or more.
Well, they already lost half in the premiere because I was reading the numbers.
But not from last season. From its peak. From its peak.
Okay.
From its peak to now, they lost half the
Well,
viewers.
it says the premiere episode was seen by 6.1 million viewers, down 47% from last fall's season 8 return, which was seen by 11 million people. That's 51% down. Yes, half the viewership.
But that's a whole season. That's from beginning of one season to beginning of next season. My prediction is that if he dies, right? Let's say the episode where he is his last episode, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there's 10 million people watching it, right? If he dies, the very next episode is going to be 5 million viewers. That's the prediction I'm making.
But you know what bugs me out about this?
If he doesn't die, then the numbers are pretty much going to be
steady.
It'll go down a little bit, but not half. That's my prediction.
Here's the thing. What do they expect? What are they going to expect to do? They got to be thinking that. They got to be like, dang, we're going to lose like everybody if Andrew Lincoln leaves. So they're trying to make it as good as possible, but at the same time, I don't know, because then what happens after that?
Yeah, well, you got to remember this way. David Duchovny left X-Files because he thought he was going to be a big movie star. Pablo knows where I'm going with this. He left season 6 or 7, I believe. The show started tanking. I mean, regardless of Gillian Anderson, star power, we all know Scully, the show started to tank here and there. And what they kept doing was they kept bringing David Duchovny in as guest star until episode 9 that he became, like, he just went full episode and certain episodes in 9 and 8. One of the seasons of CSI Los Angeles, the main dude Grissom, which made CSI, he left the show in 7. And the show tanked, and they gave the dude, I think, $10 million or something to come back, and he came back for another season. So, like I said, and me and Pablo saying it right now, Andrew Lincoln doesn't die. The minute the show starts to tank, he's coming back within 3 to 4 episodes or 5. Because he's going to hang out with his family, and then they're going to start reshooting him. They're like, we're going to pay you some money, and you're going to come back. So I'm telling you right now, Ralph, if he doesn't die, Andrew Lincoln is going to become in the final episode because they're going to want that number to be super high. And I bet he dies in the final episode of this season.
Of the series, you mean?
Of this series, he's going to die with Judith or something happens. I'm telling you right now. Because That's the only way the card is going to be played if they want the ratings to be consistently high. I mean, they lost the numbers and he was still on the show. So that tells you that the people are not giving a crap anymore. So
that is really sad. That's really sad. I mean, look, he gave this show his life for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, it's all right. It's okay. I don't blame him for leaving, to be honest with you. He gave it all. And,
Well, the problem is that it's like for me is when someone leaves the project or seasons, it's they get tired of doing the same thing. Remember, he did it for what, 7 years of his life?
Yeah.
That's 7 years you're playing the same character without doing movies or nothing. Maybe he did do movies or something. I mean, I don't know. But it comes to a point in I guess his life that he was like, I gotta stop. But the thing is, the show wants to continue going. And I bet he did tell them the ultimatum. Like, I'll do season 8 if this is it. And I bet they told him, no, we're going to continue. And he's like, all right, I'm out. Because really, you kill Carl. There's nothing else you can do.
That's when.
That's when I have to admit, even that started.
Yeah, the minute you killed his son, he was like, what more can I do now? My son is in the show.
Was thinking, man.
Yeah, so.
You kill Rick, Carl takes over, and then you end the series as him being the next
leader.
Rick.
Yeah.
Leader. That would have been perfect. And then we would have accepted Rick's death.
And a noble death, too. He could have did something noble.
Yeah, and then Carl takes over. That would have been perfect. And the thing is with Carl's character, like the actor, at first he started that everyone hated him. They hated the kid. They hated Carl.
Carl, stay in the house, Carl.
Yeah, but then the last few seasons, he became a fan favorite. Everyone loved Carl.
Yeah,
and he was great. Even me, I was like Team Carl. And so Walking Dead had it perfect. They had him. They were able to turn Carl around from this whiny little kid to like a young adult who could have possibly taken over and be the leader, and they would have ended it great. And whoever came up with this idea of killing him off should be fired.
Well, that was Scott Gimple, I think. Based on all the stuff I read on it.
Scott Gimple and Greg Nicotero, those two should just been gone.
That was really
I mean, I never understood the minute because I mean, you knew the dominoes were gonna fall. The minute you kill him, you already knew the main actor is gonna leave because that was his story arc. Him and his son,
exactly,
him teaching his son the way of the world and how to use his tools and blah blah blah.
He was living for his son. He was doing everything so he can provide.
I remember that. I remember that from season 2. I'll keep him. I'll stay alive. Just to keep him alive.
Exactly.
Yeah, and now he died, and he's like, all right, I'm out. He's like, there's nothing left to live, and he's gonna, I guess, leave.
He's like Judith. He's not even my kid.
Wait, the kid is not his?
No.
I don't know. I never watched it.
It's
Shane's.
It's Shane's.
How did you determine that? There's no blood.
He said it.
He knew all along.
He said he knew all along. In an episode in season, what was it, 7? He talks to Michonne about Shane and Laurie, and he just says it. He says it. I know Judith isn't mine. I love her. She's my daughter, but she's not mine. That's what he said.
So then that's why he's leaving. He's like, okay, it's not my blood. I'm out.
Oh, man.
I don't care.
That's messed up. I don't know about that, but all right.
He's like, it's your people's problem, not mine. Like, I'm leaving.
This guy is going to be in it. John, what's his name? The guy who played Shane.
Oh, yeah, but it might be a flashback.
It could be a flashback or something. And I heard that Scott Wilson, God rest his soul, he passed away this past weekend. The guy who played Herschel. He also shot something real quick with them.
Yeah, I texted that to all you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he did a few scenes.
Right. So I'm like, ooh, I'm dying to see that. I mean, his death is to me, in my opinion, at least, I know he was up in his years, but damn, it would have been great.
Yeah, but now it tells me that if those flashbacks is with Herschel and Shane, then that means he's dying.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because that means he's gonna go to heaven and he's gonna see his friend and Herschel and then maybe Beth and the wife. Yeah, basically.
And Laurie.
Yeah, Laurie might come back. And Carl now with a good eye, not the patch.
That's right. No patches.
No patches. Yeah, look, Dad, I can see from the other side. No, but go ahead, Pablo. So what else you saw this weekend besides Walking Dead?
All right. Just very quickly, I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm a fan of WWE, and this weekend they had their pay-per-view in Australia called Super Showdown, which was it aired live at 5 a.m.
That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, so
What?
we got up to watch it early, and we watched the whole thing live, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Undertaker came back and fought Triple H. Shawn Michaels was at ringside with Triple H, and Undertaker brought back Kane. Kane is now like a governor or something.
Yeah.
But he came back to be next to his brother.
I think he's a mayor actually, but all right. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he's in government now. He's a politician.
He's a politician.
But it was fun to see. All the matches were very good, surprisingly. But the thing is that the crowd was dead. The crowd was not. I mean, I don't know why, but it's not the same as here. Like the crowd here is just nuts. So, but
maybe it's an Australia thing. They're more,
they're more reserved.
Reserved. They were like, oh, let us watch a wrestling match.
Yeah. Or they're like, damn, these dudes are mad old, and I saw them in the 90s fighting. Why am I rewatching them when they're like 100? That could be another reason.
That's right. I could smell the Bengay in the air. Come on, man.
I'll tell you one thing though. I got to give it to Undertaker because the last couple of matches he had before he quote unquote retired, he was out of shape. He had a bad hip. He just looked slow. But this one, he pulled it off. It was entertaining. Triple H was he looked good, and it was a decent match. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that Monday Night Raw when they talked about that. And then they brought back the DX, and I was like, oh boy. Money, what is it called? The cow, the money cow. Starts
nostalgia, man. Nothing that milks more than nostalgia.
Yeah. So then Shawn Michaels came out of retirement, which I was like, okay. But yeah, I mean, Kane. Well, the cool thing about Kane coming back, which of course he's the mayor or whatever, is that the money that he gets is going to a charity.
Oh, really?
He's not pocketing the money. The money is going to a charity. So that's pretty cool. So he's doing it for charity. Yeah, it's always nice to give. I believe the children of the future. No, but
I'm singing.
But I thought it was pretty cool. But the whole Brothers of Destruction and versus DX thing, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I don't know. I was like, okay,
if they can mix it in with like the new guys, that would be cool.
I would love to see them redo Evolution. If they bring back Evolution and they do Evolution versus what was it, the Dead Man's was it Undertaker's posse back in the 90s?
Ministry of Darkness.
Yes, the Ministry of Darkness, bro. That would be crazy. You bring back everybody.
I would get the Shield involved.
Yeah.
I forget that.
Buns. I don't know. I'm not too big with the Roman Reigns and the Dean.
Seth Rollins good.
He's all right.
He's the best one from the show.
Yeah, but they don't know what to do with him.
He has 2 belts.
Huh?
He's currently holding 2 belts now.
What belt he has?
He has the IC. And no, I'm sorry. He has 1 belt. He has the IC, and Roman Reigns has the heavyweight.
Oh, Roman Reigns is the heavyweight now?
The Universal. They call it the Universal. Yeah, but it's essentially, like championship belt.
The World Federation big one, the big kahuna belt. I don't know.
At one point he did have, because he won the tag team with Ambrose, and he was the IC champ. So at one point he did have both belts.
Oh. So you want to see the Shield versus DX versus Brothers of Destruction,
Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, if you mix it up with the new or the old, we'll do kind of like how Star Wars did, mix the old with the new. That would be cool.
I mean, the only thing I gotta say is that, wrestling is one thing. Those old guys know how to cut promos, I tell you that right now.
That's true.
I mean,
agree.
Triple H could cut a freaking promo and cut someone to slices. Shawn Michaels the same thing. Undertaker says the same. I'm gonna dig souls for the holes or whatever the hell he says, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's crazy. Yeah, there's holes for souls or some weird.
You know
crazy
why?
thing.
Because they know how to speak off the cuff. You know, they come from that time. These the wrestlers now, everything's too scripted.
Yeah,
And you
that's
can
true.
tell. You could tell.
Yeah, I mean, I want Undertaker to come back as American Badass. That's what I want him with the motorcycle.
Oh,
with
the motorcycle again?
And the Limp Bizkit music with
Oh.
Kane. That was the joint. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Bam. But anyway, that was the good era of wrestling. I don't know about now. But anyway, but other than that, Pablo, anything else?
I think no, that's it. That's all I saw.
That's pretty much it.
Hey guys, Halloween. It's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we could talk about that next week.
Yes,
I
please.
feel kind of weird talking about Halloween without Silvio.
I agree.
So we'll talk about that next week because we're gonna lead because next week is the final week, and then right into we're gonna do the whole show on the new Halloween movie.
Right, and for the record, Alex, if you want to explain, you know, we're doing webcasting again. You
Yes.
know, so you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So me and Pablo got together, and we talked about the future of the podcast and all this stuff, and we decided that from now on we're gonna do everything through YouTube. Yeah, and you're gonna get the audio version also. I'll put it up on Lip Sync so you can hear it also on the go.
Apple Podcasts and
iHeart,
and all of them. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it live and chat with us, that's cool. If you want to watch the replay later on in the week on YouTube, that's cool too. And one thing that's kind of cool, if you have like a premium YouTube account, what you can do is you can have like offline listening, so you can kind of put YouTube as a podcast. In other words, you can just go to another app, or you can kind of like just turn off your phone and it'll still play.
Okay.
So awesome.
It's kind of like a podcast.
So you download it to
So
your
you're just
phone.
listening to the audio.
Okay. So yeah, you could do that also. So yeah, so everything now would be live, and all our reviews now are going to be live also.
And please, people who are watching this, consider subscribing to our channel. You know, subscribe and click on that little bell there so you can get notifications of when we go on live.
Exactly.
Yep. And next week we're gonna have more graphics and stuff. So a lot of stuff is gonna be we're gonna be upgrading.
We're evolving.
We're gonna focus on this.
We're mutating.
Yeah. So you're gonna see throughout the episodes things are gonna be new and work going down the line. So this is episode 81. We're gonna do what we always do. Ralph, end off with your Strange Planet.
That's right. Here on YouTube, all you have to do is type on the search engine above, Strange Planet NYC. You'll find my channel where I review movies. I put up lately a couple of reviews of some movies that came out this past summer, and moving forward with other things, especially when Halloween comes out in a couple of weeks. I'm definitely going to be posting my review on that. So stay tuned.
And also, if you want to check out our other co-host, which is not here due to Florida hurricane weather, Silvio, you can check out his About Men Radio article on how he lost over 50 pounds by effing. Check out why is effing. Just go again. Huh?
Just what you think.
Isn't well, you can think whatever you want to think. Just click on the article.
Read it for yourself.
Yes, and you'll find out why effing you could lose 50 pounds. But yes, go to aboutmenradio.com and check out Sylvia Lafrosia's article on how he lost over 50 pounds by
Alex was about to say fnradio.com.
That's right, fnradio.com, man. No, but anyway, yeah, that's an About Men Radio. Again, Pablo, anything with your recording studio you would like to say live?
If you want to go to check out my studio, it's lasrecordings.com. You can check out what I do for a living.
There you go. And then you could also go to widerangemediapodcast.com on all things Wide Range Media. Of course, on Twitter at Wide Range Media, Instagram Wide Range Media Podcast. Other than that, thank you for watching us. And remember, hit that subscribe button and like button. Catch you later.